A long time ago, there lived a famous blacksmith. Here the blacksmith owned a store where he sold his handmade ironware, and one day he got lucky enough to sell his weapons to the kingdom of Cairo. Amidst an endless war, it was an incredible chance for him to raise his status. After the war, that blacksmith was awarded the position of a baron, and that blacksmith is the owner of this land. And we see that an old man was telling this story to a boy. And behind the boy there was a man with big mustache, and he is wondering why is he listening to a story everyone knows. A few hours ago we find that the boy is saying, "So you're telling me that I'm the eldest son of the Dmitri family, and this is the kingdom of Cairo, which is the salamander continent, and a world called Murim doesn't exist?" A man with the big mustache replied, "Yes." He think it's weird, although he's not too bright. This is my first time seeing him so off. He thinks that perhaps he's drugged. I've heard that it's popular amongst rich kids these days. He assumes that it's possible. It's more possible since Roman has, unlike his brothers, been rotting away in his room for past 25 years, and is thus called the moron of Dmitri. Man calls the boy saying, "Master," and tells him, "Today your fiancée, the lady of the Lawrence family, is visiting." The lady of the Lawrence family values elegance and manners. As he was saying, so preparing beforehand is, but Roman interrupts him before he finishes his words, by telling him there's something more important than that. Roman gives order to Mustache Man, "Bring me to the eldest person of this land." Mustache Man is confused, but Roman says, "To me this lady person is less important than knowing how to live in the current world." Mustache Man is wondering, why is someone who has lived his entire life here saying that? But what can I do? I have to fulfill my duty as a servant. By saying this, and he takes a long breath out, "Shh," and we are shown back to present. "Ahem. This is all that I know," the old guy says. Roman replied, "Thanks. It was a big help. I'll reward you for this later." The old man scratched his blad head, saying, "It's nothing. It was an honor to even be able to talk to you." He talks to himself thinking, Roman is Roman Dmitri. My actual name is Bak Jong-hyuk. As a person of Murim, I lived a fierce life, and after fulfilling everything in life, I peacefully accepted my death. But for reason, I woke up in Roman Dmitri's body. He wonders, is this the will of heavens, or is it God's punishment for not accepting ascension? Suddenly there is a noise from outside, someone saying, "You bastard." Some people were brutally beating a boy. Mustache Man came to see what's going on, and he is shocked to see the tattoo of fangs. Roman also arrived there and asked, "What is it?" "Master, it seems like the blood fangs." The man replied. Roman confusingly says, "The blood fangs?" Man says, "They're an usury group that acts not only in the land of Dmitri, but also in nearby territories. It looks like that boy is in large debt to the blood fangs. Since they're going this far," man says, "let's just act like we saw nothing. There's no good in getting involved," but the man is shocked as Roman has disappeared from his side. Someone says, "Stop." And the Blood Fangs group turn around and sees Roman, and laugh at him saying, "Stepping up because you're nobility," saying stuff like, "Stop it." He laughed and said, "Sir Dmitri can screw off, since this is our business." Mustache Man also tried to stop the Roman, saying, "Oh my, Master Roman, we have to get going. The Blood Fangs are vicious people. So let's—" Roman interrupts the mustache, calling out his name, Hans, and tells him, "I still don't know much of the laws of this place, so explain. Who broke the law here? And what punishment is befitting for them?" Roman asked. "Now we know the name of Mustache Man is Hans, so we will call him Hans from now on." And Hans answered the question of Roman, saying, "Since the boy was in debt and was unable to repay them in time, he is in the wrong, but the Blood Fangs don't have the permission to take care of that themselves. And what's more important is, they disrespected you, the eldest son of the Dmitri family. That is a crime that is worth your life. According to this land's law, it wouldn't be odd for them to receive capital punishment." The Blood Fangs group glares at Hans. Roman steps in and says, "Did you hear that? You have broken this land's law. Thus, I, the eldest son of Lord Romero Dmitri, I'll now punish you all," with a stick in his hand. Bladman replied, "I understand that you're a noble who doesn't know how the world works, but you're putting us in a real tight spot. If you talk to us with tattoos of fangs on our arms—" Roman speaks in middle, saying, "That proves it." Bladman is confused and asks, "Huh? What are you saying?" Roman replied, "You lots are trash, since you talk to the owner of this land like that," and he rushed towards the Blood Fangs group saying, I have no need to know what you usually do." Bloodfang's group is surprised and shouted by saying, "Attack him!" And Bladman attacks Roman, but our MC is not weak, so he dodges his attack and stabs his throat with a stick. Whoa, that's some brutal way to attack the enemy, don't you think so, guys? And he moves towards other group members. The group members were angry, and they rush towards Roman, shouting, "Bastard!" One of the men attacks him with sword, but Roman swiftly dodges it and stabs him with the stick. Hans is surprised and thinks, "What? That person is really Master Roman?" Roman in his mind thinking, "What I first saw when I opened my eyes was a will written by Roman and multiple drugs on the floor. The kingdom of Cairo, which was frequently at war, chose a representative from each household and forced them to sear the kingdom, and Roman, who was chosen to go to the army and represent his family, killed himself out of fear. It was a pathetic life. But whatever life he lived, the current owner of this body is the Heavenly Demon Sect, Baek Jung-hyuk. As long as I took over this body, I'm going to live Baek Jung-hyuk's way." Roman killed the group members with just a stick, and seeing this, one of the group members was frightened. He was so scared of Roman that he called him "monster" and started to run away. But he didn't know that our MC is a ruthless killing machine. Roman grabbed his head and make him kneel. The man was asking him to let go. He was very scared. Roman replied, "In order for a group to act accordingly, there is a need to enforce the law. Although I won't take your life, you should still pay for talking so ruthlessly." By saying this, he ended his life. People were frightened by this. "My name is Roman Dmitri. If any of you didn't like the punishment I gave them, then you can come look for me any time," he stated loudly and clearly.